Also, like, how are you gonna riot if you have a job? It's all homeless, or not homeless, unemployed people, right? Like, theoretically, you'd be working.
I guess. I don't know.
How do you find the time out of your day to, like, get in your car, go to downtown, and then, like, break stuff?
Who goes over to Minneapolis to riot? Like, who does that? I don't understand.
Clearly, like, hundreds of thousands of people, but, like, how does that cross your mind? Like, I'm gonna go break stuff. And then to do it all under the notion of justice, that you are seeking justice for a man who was brutally murdered. Like,
Let's beat up the shopkeeper.
Let's beat up the shop. It's true.
Like, I'm just imagining the mourning family of the guy. Like, they're all mourning together, like, at the funeral or something. They're like, there's only one way to make this right.
It's the eulogy. At least we can take solace in the fact that knowing that George is in a better place and that 400 people died for him. Like, what? And people broke stuff and burned down a part. The funniest thing is, like, in South Minneapolis, they burned down an affordable housing complex. Like, you're just hurting your own neighborhood. You're hurting yourself.
I don't know who does that. Like, how old are these people too? Are they like?
They're all adults. And they're not old adults.
In like 20-something.
Yeah, they're 20s, 30s. I mean, I haven't seen a single person, like, maybe a few like Karens over 40, but that's, you know, about it. In Dallas, in the Dallas riots, there's a dude who was out. He was like protecting a bar that he doesn't even own. He just likes the bar, and he charged at the rioters with a machete, which, you know, stupid, deservedly. And he started swinging this machete. He got pummeled. Like, he had to go to the ICU and stuff. Like, it is madness.
Yeah.
Charging at someone with a machete, and then, like, there's a video. There's like 30 people just curb stomping him. It's brutal. I don't know how he lived, because he went unconscious.
Like, actually curb stomping people?
Yeah, like, I can show you the video. It's pretty graphic, so if you don't want to watch it, like...
I don't think I need to watch it.
Okay, well, the guy was unconscious, and, like, his body was, like, mangled. Like, you know when you go unconscious, like, your body turns stiff? His was, like, contorted in the weirdest position. There's, like, blood all over his face. I for sure thought he died. Turns out he didn't, but...
Wait, Anton, can you send me that?
Wow.
Anton, no, I cannot send you that.
I don't know what sort of person beats up another person.
I mean, like, you have to be deranged to, like, physically hurt someone like that, right? Like, I could not bring myself to harm another human being like that.
Unless in self-defense. And even then, it'll take me a lot of I don't know, it'll take a big danger to myself or family to get me to even hurt someone.
Exactly.
On purpose. I've hurt people accidentally before.
Stepped on a guy's foot in soccer. I still think about that to this day. One of my friends, Sabi, he's not even a goalie, but he was playing goalie during a scrimmage. It was like a small field scrimmage. He broke a dude's ankle by, like, going out and getting the ball. Like, the guy was screaming and, like, writhing in pain. That's brutal. And, like, I feel like if I did that to someone else, I'd feel really bad. I'd feel really bad hurting him on accident.
I can just imagine, like, someone accidentally doing that. Like, verbally abusing the guy afterwards. Like, I feel like that's...
Okay, Skyrim, just be incredibly loud. Give me one moment, I gotta turn stuff down.
Who's roped off?
It's more like there's a bunch of magical... I'm doing the College Winter questline. A bunch of magical anomalies.
Oh, yeah.
Who survived?
Oh, yeah, there's some... I think in the past that has, like, entirely glitched out my sound with how many sound layers there was going on.
Look, on Kano's power, I hope your trip to Labyrinthian was worth it.
Well, Mirabelle died?
Have to fall back.
Jeez.
She stayed behind and made sure the rest of us were all...
I actually, like, the questline...
Got curb stomped.
The questline, like, was pretty awful in terms of the story. But the dungeons were so cool.
For College of Winterhold?
Yeah, like, Labyrinthian is awesome.
It's because they had so much more planned for the actual college.
Like,
that got cut.
Yeah, like the dungeons were awesome, but the story sucked.
Because the place was supposed to be a lot bigger. I mean, there's pretty much only like 1.5 teachers.
Yeah, Arnie O'Gain isn't even a teacher. He's like a little archaeologist boy, and Tolfdir.
And then there are the other masters. Like, I've never seen them do a lecture.
Well, my Dre Mora is still here.
So much energy.
The Scion Origin. I'm playing a game right now where I'm testing out the Scion Origin. It is ridiculously overpowered.
More overpowered or less overpowered than Ringworld?
I think on average it's more overpowered, but it's also more luck dependent.
What
like
is the
so
origin?
in this game, it's where you basically you start as the Scion or a type of vassal of a fallen empire. So just that alone means that you basically no one can go to war with you.
Yeah.
So you have because no one can take out a fallen empire until like mid to late game. But it's more than that too. You're a special type of vassal. So even though you're a vassal, you can still expand, and you can do some diplomacy, and you get a special casus belli on all other empires called Bring to the Fold, which lets you make them your friend by making them also a vassal of the fallen empire. And also, the best part of it, if the other parts weren't good enough, the fallen empire gives you random gifts.
What?
In year 2007, I was gifted a 7K power fleet.
You mean 2207?
Yeah, 2207. I was gifted a 7K power fleet with a level 7 admiral that was a cyborg.
Did you just wipe
I used
everyone?
the one fleet to vassalize 4 other empires. The one fleet. So now in this galaxy, just half the galaxy is already on my side. We're all vassals of the same fallen empire. I could use it to beat up another empire, but I don't think it's worth it right now. And I'm pacifist, so that it's kind of been putting a strain on my governing ethics.
See what I can do now. Who's there?
So yeah, getting as a gift a 7K power fleet with a cyborg admiral level 7 right in the beginning of the game.
Yes, 7 years.
Might be a little bit unbalanced.
Freaking 7 years into the game.
Something like if someone chooses to play a Scion in one of our games, it would just mess up everything. They would be immune to war. They would, just being immune to war and having the most powerful fleet by a factor of like 15 is considerable.
Do you remember what I'm supposed to do for this part? I'm in the Cauldron Winterhold. I'm fighting on Kano. And like he's like draining his power from the staff or from the Eye of Magnus. Like Tolfdir got yeeted, but
you gotta use the staff on the eye to let you do damage to the guy.
Yeah, I'm using the staff in the eye, but like it's not doing anything.
It might. Did you kill all of the things the guy spawned? No.
I'm almost like I'm on the verge of killing my follower.
I recommend not killing your follower.
Yeah, I accidentally hit him.
Yeah, they are. They can be really tanky.
They just fly away faster than I can hit them, essentially. So I'm just like holding the staff on the eye, essentially, right now.
Yeah, that's not necessary.
That's not necessary?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I yeeted him, like, really quickly once I figured out what I was doing.
I just got.
Hey, my follower's alive. Let's go. Let's quick save and a half.
Excuse me. I have no idea what to do.
It's reassuring.
We knew you would. Your victory here justifies our belief in you. You have proven yourself more than worthy to guide it. A great many things obscured to you are quite clear to us. We have. The eye has grown unstable. It must be secure. We shall say. You now have the opportunity. You have our gratitude, Archmage. It is time for us to go.
Ooh, cool. Sigic order. Coming in like a boss.
You've done it. The college is safe again,
Ooh,
thanks to
big
your
achievement.
work. I knew you had it in you. I did. Here, consider these yours.
And just like
And
that,
the Archmage's quarters as
just
well.
like that,
I shall. Good to
Archmage,
see
baby.
Skyrim. I can't find my alembic. If you happen to see it, would you? My alembic. I need it.
who knew it was just that easy? I see.
Some reason. Take care now.
Alright. I need to do all of, like, Arniel Gain's stupid little quests now. Do you have a favorite questline in Skyrim?
Probably.
Nasty business with that. Mine? Now, let's see what there is to see.
Care to share what it is?
There
No.
are few places where one can pursue my
Okay.
type of work without fear of persecution. That incident in Morthal was just a misunderstanding, no matter what the guards claim. The people of Skyrim have... I have the knowledge I need. You have done well. Now if you'll excuse me.
Oh, I got the spell tome for Flame Thrall.
That's a cool one. Costs a crazy amount of magic though.
I already had Flame Thrall learned.
We have survived difficult times and are better. Yes, they have. I can feel. Thank you. I appreciate your assistance.
We all have you to thank for saving the college. Your position is well deserved.
Well, now what? Okay, College of Winterhold. Arniel's Endeavor. I do need to do that. Arnie yells Endeavor.
Until next time.
Oh.
Where can I find Arnie Gain? I'm guessing the... I don't know. I'll look for him, I guess. Arcanium.
Huh?
Restoration is a perfectly valid school of magic, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Oh. I'm pretty close to the Marauders.
To winning the game?
No, to the Marauders.
Do you still have any of your fleet?
I only lost one ship of the fleet.
Vassalize 4 people and only lose 1 ship in the process.
I mean, the fleet was only 4 ships, but
Oh.
still. I mean, the ships just had the tech of the Fallen Empire.
Right.
I still need some help, if you can spare the time.
Unfortunately, they didn't. The Fallen Empire didn't give me the tech,
Yeah.
but they practically did.
These sands are cold, but
It's crazy how much tech can do when 4 ships are able to vassalize 4 empires.
Good to see Skyrim. I can't find... If you happen to see it, would you... My alembic. I needed some research and can't seem to find it.
So I've been thinking about making a game that is kind of like sort of like a Civ-styled game.
I still need some...
I don't think that's the most efficient type of game for an indie developer to work on, though.
It's also like difficult to make that sort of game just because all the balance stuff you need to do.
Yeah. There's also a lot of competition.
Yeah.
Unless there's some way for me to make it unique. And I have been thinking about ways to make it unique. So, and I already have like a sort of start to this.
Not hex tiles, not square tiles, pentagon tiles. Unique.
Some of y'all about to be real mad.
No, they're hex tiles.
Or hear me out. Circular tiles.
What I already have made is using hex tiles. Circular tiles.
Yeah, no one's ever done that.
No, they won't really fit nicely together, you know?
That's what you
I mean,
think.
really the best way to fit circle tiles together would be similar to a hex way. Right?
Not as dumb
They would
as
just
you
look different, but they'd be in the same pattern as a hex grid.
Honestly, I don't know.
Like, isn't the same way you fit together the maximum number of hex tiles the same as way to fit together the maximum number of circle tiles?
I think so, but you just have gaps.
Yeah. Okay, well, back to, you derailed me there. All right, the plan has, to make it unique, is that it's on Earth. It's sort of has, the main focus of it will be on cities and like sort of like the units will be composed of small, like tiny units, and then also basically each empire is going to be able to have one giant unit. And
I
that's
still
going to
need
be a
some
big
help.
focus of the game.
If you can spare
And then for the
time.
terrain, to make that unique,
Ah, yes,
there's not
there
just
it
going
is.
to be,
Thank you,
like
sir.
in
I'd better
Civ,
get
there's
going.
just the one layer. There's just the
Right.
Like
surface
it or
level.
not,
With
you
this
are a
game,
shining example
I'm going to
of
implement
generation.
3 layers. Where there's, well, 3 possible layers. So, there's the surface layer, an underground layer, and a layer in the sky. And another big focus of it will be to change the height of each hex tile so it can join these other layers.
Mm-hmm.
It may not. I wonder if perhaps
So
you could
it could
assist.
make for some really cool combat. Like if you make your defensive structures up on the sky layer, they can have huge range or be able to do like extra damage or something to things beneath them if they're the right type of structure to utilize that height advantage. And I think that could be super useful because no other game like this is using height.
Right. But if you just build, and hear me out, Stellaris, but each planet is Civ.
Yeah, I hear you. I definitely hear you. But that also brings me pain from how much work that would be.
What?
You think I'd be able to
At least
design both of these
just-
games and
Just
put them
bring
together?
one of them should be enough for me
Or
to get a
maybe not
better
design, but
understanding of how they were crafted.
emulate?
That's all I need, all right?
Yeah, your game just runs a game of Civ, and then
I
performs a small little middle layer to convert it to a game of Stellaris.
Or no, I released Civ, but I run it through a shader that like pixelates it. It's pixel art Civ, but it's really just
Pixel art Civ.
a hacked copy.
There is no pixel art Civ, which I feel like that could be cool.
Yeah, and no, and
It's like
what the
the
design I'd make is pixel art.
Yeah, like the Rivals of Ether version of Civ.
Super Smash.
Yeah. Yeah, like what Rivals of Ether was to Smash, this is to Civ.
Mm-hmm. Its work in progress name is Hex Nations.
Hex Nations.
Could it be more generic? You tell me.
Hex God. Get it? 'Cause instead of Sex God.
I get it now. I would have.
There's a Counter-Strike player that's just greasy, but his name's Doja, and his nickname is X God for Sex God. As a joke, because one time the team they played for posted like a joke video of him just raking in ladies. It's funny because it's like not the type of guy for that.
That does sound funny. Ooh wee mama. How funny.
Zooey Mama.
You betcha. Oh, I was going to start building a defensive station. I forgot. No one's going to go to war with me. Because if they go to war with me now, it angers the Fallen Empire and all the vassals.
Oh, yeah.
All 5 vassals. They'd be at war with 6 people if they go to war with me.
And what
So I
if
don't think
those
that's gonna
6
happen.
is a Fallen Empire?
Yeah.
What if they also did a Scion start? You got beef over who is the true Fallen Empire daddy?
That would be interesting.
What's the Sigil Stone used for? I'm gonna look this up.
That's for the Astronaut Forge.
Is it?
Did you get your conjuration up to 100?
90, but yeah. It wouldn't get me anything good. Just get me
Daedric armor.
Daedric armor, yeah. I already have Unreal armor. In that case, I'll leave the Sigil Stone in this chest.
I prospected my home territory and discovered an entire new tropical island. Just on my home planet. Like, how did I miss a tropical island?
Do not know.
That tropical island gives me 3 more agricultural districts. I was hoping for energy ones. I don't always get what I want now, do I? Huh.
Can't always get what you want.
I've been trying to rush Ecumenopoli, but it just requires so much unity. So it requires so much unity, and I even went for a inward perfection build. If I just had more unity, I'd have been able to get a Ecumenopolis by 2250, which is crazy early.
Delivering 10 Dwemer cogs to Arniel Gain.
Fun.
One person building an entire solar empire. The other delivering some cogs.
It's so crazy. They're both good games, but they have such different scope. Like an entire world, an entire game of Skyrim could be happening on any of these worlds.
Right. Oh, I've got an idea. It's like Civ. Or it's like Star Wars.
No, it's Civ. But every time there's a civil war, you're thrown into a game of Skyrim.
I'm afraid I can't offer you much. Well, thank you again. As a matter of fact, I had retained, but now he's refused.
It's like Stellaris, but on every planet there's Civ, but it's not just Civ. It's Civ, but every time there's a civil war, you're thrown into Skyrim. But it's not just Skyrim. Every time.
No, it's Civ, but instead of like creating buildings, each time you want to do that, it's Minecraft.
But it's not just Minecraft.
Yeah, it's not just Minecraft.
Every time you mine a block, you're thrown into
I'm assuming you're here for more
the super epic mining Roblox.
Oh my god.
I told
you. Beautiful.
Now, if you're here on his behalf, I'm afraid it's nothing dangerous. So the problem is that so you bring that staff back here and I'll consider it paid for the item Arniel was after. Give my regards.
I wonder how like far you could extend that, like with a reasonable implementation of different video games.
Reasonable. Depends on that definition, I think.
Reasonable as in like it fits theoretically. Like you can't say like Minecraft, but then every time you destroy a block, it teleports you into a game of Fallout. You know, like that doesn't make sense.
What if it teleports you into a smaller game of Minecraft inside that one block?
Oh my lord, will that just be infinite recursion?
Exactly. Beautiful.
Well.
It would be almost exactly like the one other game I was working on.
Every time you get in a fight in Minecraft, it just sends you into a game of Wii boxing.
If only. I mean, that practically would be the case, or is the case with VR Minecraft.
Really?
I can't wait until every VR game uses something like Swords and Sorceries combat.
I love
even Swords and Sorcery. Even that game is like you can just win combat by just wiggling around your wrist. You just stick out your arm and wiggle around your wrist, and that tears anything apart. Like once VR combat really gets figured out, that'll be the coolest thing. Just the biggest problem with it is that in real life there's no resistance, and resistance is such a big part of doing things, you know.
Right. Yeah, your sword doesn't weigh 0 pounds.
Like, how do you make it so that for the player it feels like they're using a lightsaber that instantly goes through things, but in game that's not the case.
Right. You tell the player to tie a rubber band to their arm.
Yeah, I'll leave you to figure that one out. I don't know.
What wouldn't work about that? You're being
A
ridiculous.
rubber band?
Being ridiculous.
Maybe a little bit.
Obviously, it would work.
Wow. Would you look at that? There's a cave here.
I love that I've been to the third of the world before I've unlocked that area. If that breaks my game, I'm gonna be so upset. I'd probably just use console commands at that point. Or probably, I mean, definitely. Could you imagine playing this game on console and something like that happens? Oh, console.
Well, all right. You can't imagine what he expects to do with that. It's warped beyond any ability to capture a soul.
Oh.
Oh, I found the archaeological site where they find they're researching weeping angel statues.
Oh.
Perhaps we can go.
That was not the reaction I expected. You know the type of statues I'm thinking of.
Yeah, weeping
about, right?
angels, the creepy ones that only move when you don't look at them.
Yeah. So
Perhaps we can go
that's what my scientists have found.
It's terrifying.
Like, really, they can fit anything and everything, like even Skyrim, into the lore of Stellaris.
Right.
They can just use some tech magic. Like, that's how they have psionics in this game.
Exactly.
It's just all tech.
That's
That's just interdimensional junk teching its way into our universe.
The Dwemer, they were master. Their greatest achievement, however, has also been their instant, unexplained.
They claim the statues move about when no one is watching, yet there is nothing to suggest their jointless limbs are even capable of motion.
After years and
Just
years of
stick a
work,
camera.
closing in on a way to investigate what happened.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Only now,
But we haven't researched cameras yet.
Interstellar travel, check.
No,
Nah.
you rush interstellar travel. That just means you don't focus on other things like cameras. You don't spend the time. I have a rush build, all right?
I was attempting to substitute a rather... Well, yes, I mean, the soul gem by itself isn't enough, you see. I've attempted to build my own, based on design. It worked, but not fully. And the... Though, perhaps there's another option. Well, yes, the designs for my... I'd go looking, perhaps you could seek... It's very particular and very important. Wonderful. Now, this spell is not for defending yourself, but it's just place the soul gem. I suspect it may be due to the nature of the soul gem versus... But, it's effective. 3 times, and the crystal should be ready. Next step. Isn't this exciting? I'm working on some very important research, I assure you. The exact nature of my research is a secret, I'm afraid, but it really is quite valuable.
Come on. Did the Sentinels just... Or they call them Sentinels. I think the Weeping Angel just killed my science officer.
Rip. How would they even kill someone? Just knock them over?
Okay, the way it happened, my scientist decided to go off alone to study them one night.
And they just found them dead?
And he's missing.
How would they kill someone? I feel
Or no, wait a second. What is he still? Oh yeah, and he's just missing. So now I have to get another one. Not a fan. And I think when not looking, they would just like kill him. I don't think it'd be tough for.
But with what? What would they kill him with?
They're probably pretty powerful.
But like,
probably pretty strong.
Theoretically, they just like slide, right?
Oh no, they have full movement.
Oh. I was gonna say, did they like tip them over like a chess piece?
Oh no, they can move their arms around and stuff.
You sit on a throne of ice.
Just people don't see him. Except, like in Doctor Who, they change around their pose a little bit, I think.
Did you ever
or
watch
at least
Doctor
I've
Who?
seen. No. And I haven't seen any of the scenes with them in Doctor Who, but I've seen scenes of things that are referenced to it, you know?
Right. Weeping angels. So scary, dude.
It's so weird how they're just everywhere. Like Terraria has them.
Right.
Stellaris has
It just
them.
started from a creepypasta, right?
I don't know anything about it being in a creepypasta.
That's
I think the start is just from Doctor Who.
Nah, there's no way. Weeping.
But everybody likes that idea.
I like watched the first part of the first season of Doctor Who and thought it was awful. And never
Yeah,
watched it.
from what I've seen of it, it doesn't look very good.
But it's got a cult.
And it does.
Maybe that should be our next watch party project. Is Doctor Who?
That's what you want?
As a group.
Don't think so.
You wouldn't want to.
No, I don't think Doctor Who's good enough for that.
It's got a
Especially-
cult following.
Yeah, but I've even heard fans talk about how terrible certain seasons are.
Didn't like Morgan like Doctor Who? Someone in our friend group.
Probably. That sounds like a Morgan thing to like. I mean, it's not bad that he might like it. I just feel like that's something he'd like.
Yeah, but I agree.
Maybe he just seems like the most British person out of our group,
British.
even though he's not British. He just feels like maybe it's because he's blonde. Is that it?
But there's not
Do I just
many
think of blonde
in
people
Britain.
as more? I know, but is that just what I think? Do I
think
visualize
the stuff he
blonde people
likes-
as being more British?
I just think the stuff he likes fits with Doctor Who. I don't know. Because he likes the kind of like sci-fi stuff, right? What's that show he likes a lot? I know he likes Disney, but everyone likes Disney. There's a show he likes a lot, and I forget which one. Oh yeah, I watched the Rick and Morty episode yesterday. It
Goodness. Yes.
was pretty good,
It's
actually.
not
I didn't
perfect.
think it was mediocre at all.
You've done excellent work here. Truly excellent. I'll begin
What was it about?
preparations.
It was
Thank you again.
him boning the planet, and then Zeus shows up.
Oh,
and
it was
beat him
that
up.
one. Yeah. I
like
just thought the pacing was off, and it got kind of boring just because there was so much going on. I don't know.
There was a lot going on. That's true.
Perhaps we can go another few decades without a disaster. That would be nice. Perhaps we... Greeting. Archmage.
Oh. Oh, what?
I'm gonna wait a few days for Arnie Game to talk to me. I hope tonight's Rick and Morty is good.
Oh, there's no one tonight.
It's the last one of the season.
Divine's... No.
Oh, really?
Enther is once
Yeah.
again holding out on me. He
Better be
I'm
good.
Close, so close. You must force
I feel
him
like
to
it just
see
came
reason.
back.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I've already agreed to pay him.
But it's
quite
just a half
handsomely.
season.
Just do whatever it takes to get him to stop lording this over me.
I just wish they'd release the whole season at once, or at least do like 10 weeks in a row. Like
Taking
don't,
me
no
up on
no
my
pause
offer,
in the middle
eh?
of the season.
Oh, I've already told him I don't have it. Nothing. You're not. I set up the whole deal. A courier. Okay? The deal was all. I don't know. It was a simple task. Last time, if you're getting. Why is this suddenly so important? I don't know. He made most of the arrangements himself. If I'd known it was so important to him, I'd have charged him more.
Do you think
Give
you
my
might
regards.
have a moment to look at something for me?
If this is another dwarven trinket...
Perhaps we can go another...
I'm telling you, I'm not
What?
familiar with them.
I
Why,
don't
you
understand.
never done work? You didn't all
He has
grow
some
up in
simple...
dwarven
It can't be lost. Without it, you must find it. It cannot... It's very valuable. Have you lost... Think, please. Just... Do you really believe... Please. You must set this
Did I
right.
talk to you about how they've changed up
I still need some help.
how
If you can spare the time.
tall versus wide works in Stellaris?
You just said tall and wide. It's more about like literal distance. Like literal distance from capital more so than how many places you have.
Okay. Well, the main thing, I think that was just some minor thing I mentioned before when we were playing, but I've been looking more into it with the recent changes, and basically, they've completely removed all the question between tall versus wide. There's basically no reason. If you have a choice to expand or not, there's no reason ever not to expand, practically. The only reason would be like if you want to stick to a more defensible location.
Mm-hmm.
There's no more question of like a tall empire will always be outclassed by a wide empire.
Okay.
Because it used to be like an actual question of whether you want to play tall or wide, because there used to be a different system in place of the Empire Sprawl where you couldn't increase its equivalent of administrative capacity. You couldn't increase that, but it also didn't increase so much with population and districts. So it meant that you could. So you were expected to just rack up. If you play wide, you'd be racking up huge negatives to your technology, but you'd have the space to build more tech buildings. But if you just stuck to one area and played tall, you wouldn't have those negatives, and you'd be able to use all of your areas for tech buildings. So you wouldn't have as many tech buildings, but you wouldn't have the negatives. So with technology, at least, it would even out if you play tall versus wide. Now, those wide empires can get rid of those negatives by just building admin buildings, which I don't like that there's no longer a question between the two playstyles.
Yeah.
There's basically just expand as much as you want. It makes the game. It just eliminates different types of playstyles from being good.
Thank you.
Yeah, I agree. I would rather there be a trade. Instead, if there's a legitimate trade-off. Hi, Andre Silva. How are you?
With money spent, upkeep costs. But with this, any new places you get so easily make up for any upkeep unless it's bad habitability. There's no bonus cost for distance from palace.
Mm-hmm. I'm doing well, thanks, Andre.
Oh, come on. The new researcher I got also got killed. Oh, wait, no.
The Weeping Angels again?
Okay, the Weeping Angels then killed the new guy. They just are messing up the new guy's stuff. This is the worst thing ever.
I would say, honestly, probably not. I would not recommend buying it on the Xbox 360. Playing on PC, and I think it's such a better experience. Just 'cause I think it's stuck. You can use console commands and stuff. Mods make it graphically better, and even though the special edition, you know, it's upgraded a bit, I would not spend the money to buy it on 360. If you can wait a few years, then you can get the new consoles coming out. The new gen consoles are coming out pretty soon. I don't know if you'd be willing to wait for that. Do you have anything else you can play this game on 360? hate if dragons do this. Gotta get them.
They just fly around. and
Yeah,
do nothing.
exactly. Oh no, set down, bro. Right here. Big open space. Sit down. Yeah, you're dead, dude. Alright. Honestly, I'd say
I
wait for the new
need more
gens
unity.
for
I can
consoles.
launch a fear campaign. That sounds.
I would say, yeah, either wait for the new gen consoles.
I love
if you're a
me some
console,
fear
I'm a PC
campaigns.
gamer, so I would recommend buying a PC if you really want to start playing video games heavily. You can just customize it more easy to play, more games, bigger availability, modification, a whole bunch of stuff. But you know, obviously your choice based on preferences. I personally, just because I've always played on PC, don't enjoy playing, you know, with a controller and stuff. Though some games, like racing games, I'll plug a controller into my PC. That's the nice thing about PC. If you want to use a controller, you can. If you want to use mouse and keyboard, you can. You're so unified, you're running a fear campaign.
Yeah. It's fear of other people, though, not us. On one of my places, on my Gaia world, I have 100% happiness.
Wow.
What if we had 100% happiness in real life?
Happiness rate goes to 100. Have you seen those memes?
No. That sounds funny, though.
I'll look it up right now, actually.
I love that Mohan's capital had a crime rate of 100%.
That is pretty brilliant, to be honest with you. Oh my god, now Norton's popping up and my PC's frozen. That's great. How? Alright, perfect. So I would say, I don't know, it depends. If you, I can't really dictate your finances. Like, if your PC, like, I would say the optimal amount of money to spend on a PC, like where you get the most value for your money, maybe like around $1,000. So if you have $1,000 you can spend, or like your parents can buy you something, or you split it, or something like that, I would say get a PC over a controller, or excuse me, over a console, just because there's so much more customizability. You can get way more games. Like every game that ever comes out, practically, you can get on PC. There's like a few PlayStation, Xbox exclusives you can't get, but like, yeah, like if you love the Fall games, if you love the Skyrim games, the way to play those specific games, I highly would say is the best way is on the PC. I would definitely not recommend getting them on console if you can avoid it. However, like let's say you only have $500 to spend, not $1,000. At that point, I just get the new gen, like the PS5 or whatever, you know, whatever comes out next generation, and get that. Okay, I set the memes. Like that's just one meme. This is my favorite. Okay, enjoy that one. That's my favorite meme of this variety.
What? Like this is like the ultimate type of humor, you know?
The ultimate what type of humor?
The ultimate type of humor.
Oh.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, I find that pretty funny. Oh, that's nice, Andre. Yeah. Also, what's worth doing? Yeah, I agree. Saving up's the way to go. I'm a finance guy myself, so I invest a lot of my money. Once I get it, like,
So
you won't learn
I
it
have a
from
comp
school,
sci lecture at
but
9:30
you gotta be
a.m.
really
tomorrow.
careful with what you spend your money on. Enjoy. Because
I'll be asleep for it.
like,
They said that they would post 10-minute review videos for people who miss it. I don't know how 10-minute review videos are gonna
be
good.
Not be too helpful. I would say, Andre, anytime you get any like large amount of money, definitely like try to save up and don't sit on it. As you get older,
there was
you get better at,
like,
you know,
15 people who said that they would never be able to make these times. But oh
Thanks,
well.
Andre, I appreciate it. Cause like it's a joke, it's a meme. Don't take it literally, but it's like, would you rather have $50 now or a house on a lake later, right?
Don't like the looks of this.
The way that compound interest work, like if you just continue to get 2% interest year over year, just keep multiplying essentially whatever amount of money you have in the bank by 1.02. So you're gaining money over time rather than spending on something now. Yeah, I'm not gonna have too in depth. I'm just saying in general you want to save your money. It's just being financially responsible. It can get a lot of people in trouble if they're not, responsible with their money. But yeah, you will learn that in school. And I do appreciate it, Andre.
Oh my. The Sentinels. Methane gas explosion. A methane gas explosion has injured Science Officer Shabal and several of the crew.
Shabal? His name is Shabal? His name's not Uvugumugu like my fungus race that I played as? It was actually just like not English, their names.
It's not really trying to be English.
I know, but like it was so difficult to read.
Yeah, I try to pick name groups that aren't difficult. But seriously, who names their kids Shabal?
Shabal. So.
And there's 2 B's, alright?
I don't have a stream.
Not...
Like, my job's not being a streamer. I have actual work. So I just kind of stream whenever I play video games, to be honest with you. So it's not really set. I'd say weekends at night, or I'm almost done.
Before the fire could be contained, it ignited some residual methane gas and tore down a wall, revealing a secret system of chambers and tunnels. Archaeologists believe that they may have belonged to a person of means, and note as they were filled to the brim with precious minerals and artifacts. Unfortunate, Shabal now has the maimed trait. 1,000 minerals, 100 crystals, 30 minor artifacts. Alright, Shabal, I don't care. That was a good sacrifice.
Wait, is that the same? I had a different maimed. I had like a big gas explosion. And I also got minerals and maimed.
Yeah, I guess you can just become maimed through many.
That was part of a
means.
quest line. That was part of my.
What was that?
What's that quest line with? It's like your prerequisites. You know what I'm talking about?
Precursor?
Yeah, precursors. Whatever I had a precursor, it was like that quest line.
Yeah. I only know of one where you'll always get maimed. Like, what just happened there for me was random.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I just know for my precursor quest line in our game, one of my boys got maimed. Look how they massacred my boy. Also a pretty good meme. Nice emotes. You really like your pigs, don't you? Alrighty.
Alright.
Have you seen the 30-minute Andre 3000 Hey Ya Alright video?
No.
Oh, so like you know how in Hey Ya, Andre 3000 goes, alright now ladies, and then he goes alright for like a good 10 seconds. Someone just looped it for 30 minutes. Oh, do you know the song Hey Ya Outcast?
No. Maybe.
You definitely know it. Just look it up. Just look up like Andre 3000 alright, and then look up like the original Hey Ya by Outkast. My name's Jeff. That's an old one. 22 Jump Street. It's an old one.
Hey Ya.
It's like halfway through. I bet there's some comments about the meme.
You didn't touch it, did you? Gods.
Whole thing looks like a Sprite commercial.
It does. It's a good song though.
This song is so perfect for quarantine because the lyrics are sad like the quarantine, but the sounds you hear feel so optimistic.
I do not know what the lyrics.
0% drugs, 3% nudity, 80% hay, 20% ya, 1% exclamation mark, 0% math, 3000% ice cold.
What's cooler than being cool? Ice cold.
I didn't want to discuss it for fear this moment might never come.
This is a very colorful set.
I do play Fallout New Vegas. It's my favorite game of all time, and I have a full Let's Play of it on my YouTube, where I 100% of the game, did every quest, did all the DLCs, made sure to go to every single location. So yeah, I 100%ed New Vegas on very hard difficulty, which is the hardest one, with hardcore mode. That's how I play all my games. 100% them on the hardest.
Oh, it's this song?
Yeah.
Well, I suppose it's time, isn't it? Let's see what happens.
For part of that playthrough, my mic was broken, so you might not, hear anything.
But please,
when you watch that, it might not be a lot of commentary, because I didn't stream it, my mic was broken.
I'd like you to see the results first.
I did 100% New Vegas.
Right then.
Oh yes, the DLC is amazing.
Didn't really do anything, did
My
it?
favorite DLC is Dead Money though.
Is that just the same guy in all these roles?
I don't understand.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Andre 3000.
Some notable effect. Work, damn you!
Arnie O'Gain just hit the hardest whip of all time, dude. Did he die? Where'd he go? Is he dead?
Mm-hmm.
Does Arniel die there?
Yeah.
So I have a spell called Summon Arniel Shade. I think. I summoned Arniel Shade. Can I talk to him? I cannot. I can take Keening though. I cannot take the Warp Soul Gem. Rip. That's such a rip, dude. He hit the hardest whip of his life and then died.
He deserved it.
Do you remember that quest?
Not really.
Essentially, he was doing some experiment, and then he used this dagger called Keening on a warped soul gem, and it wasn't working.
That one.
And he gets pissed, and he just keeps like swiping it. He keeps swiping it.
Yeah.
And then he just gets so pissed, he just winds up and hits it so hard that it looked like a whip.
Yeah, I think his soul went in the soul gem. Or wait a second.
No, you could be right.
I looked into this before.
Young gamer. Dead Money's too hard. See, I actually had a very easy time with Dead Money. I did it at the very end of my playthrough. In that playthrough, I got to level 50. All my skills got to level 100.
Oh, yeah. So you're able to summon him.
Yeah, exactly.
In battle.
Yeah, I have that ability. I just tried to summon him. He wouldn't talk to me. Yeah, so I did that money at the very end. The
You can
story
also
of it,
see his
amazing.
ghost walk around the college after the quest line is completed.
Huh. Yeah, Dead Money,
Besides simply not being
story,
around, Arniel's disappearance has a little, if any, effect on the rest of the mages at the college.
Yeah, he was pretty useless.
Yeah, he was just kind of there. Really feel like that'd be the case with most people. Like, even not much happens when the Archmage's dead.
Yeah, they just make
Most,
us
I think,
Archmage.
like, is it Mirabelle who has the greatest, like, heartfelt impact on the people, and even that's not much.
Yeah, so Dead Money's my favorite because of the story. It's so good. I love that story. I thought it was a lot of fun. My second favorite would be Old World Blues. Yeah, that's the big empty. Yeah, Old World Blues. That'd be my second favorite. Third favorite, I don't know. Lonesome Road and Honest Hearts are both really good. I can't really pick between them. Probably Lonesome Road, actually. Lonesome Road was a lot of fun. I actually thought Lonesome Road was the hardest one for me. I liked Fallout 3's DLCs too. Point Lookout was amazing. Operation Anchorage was amazing. I did not like Mothership Zeta. That was my least favorite DLC in the entire Fallout series. I do not like Mothership Zeta. Like, definitively do not like that DLC. The Pit. The Pit's gotta be my favorite in Fallout 3, though. And then Point Lookout with number 2. So for me, in College of Winterhold, I only have the ritual spells, destruction, illusion ritual spells to go. And Aftershock. Oh, I gotta talk to Tolfdir. After I talk to Tolfdir, I got Tolfdir, I gotta start another quest line. Which quest line do I do is the real question. Is he not in here? Is he in the Hall of Attainment? So I hate on Mothership Zeta, because the idea that aliens were controlling the whole thing from the beginning, I don't buy it. It seems like story-wise, just kind of cop out. I also don't like it because I don't think of Fallout as a space game. I want to be in a post-apocalyptic realm, not really in space. Also, I thought it was pretty boring because like you're on a ship the whole time and there's like 2 weapons and the space battle at the end I did not enjoy.
It would seem there's some. I suspect that the
Point Lookout's really good though. Point Lookout's quite good. I loved it. I just think the Pit's a little bit better because again the twist at the end was amazing.
I do hope you still have the staff of Magnus someplace. I suspect you're going to need it. Take care now.
Hey, watch it!
I don't remember what I did actually, Andre. I don't remember. I'd have to go back and check my video. I also have a Fallout 3 series. I'd have to go back and check. I'll look after the stream, and I can let you know if you go back to one of my streams in the future. Otherwise, you can check yourself. I don't remember what episode it is. That's why I could just check myself. I honestly don't remember. I don't think I did, but I don't remember. Actually, I think I did. I think I did kidnap the baby to save it. I did not want the baby to be harvested, from what I remember. But I would go back and check, because I'm not really sure. I don't know why I had no reason to clear this. What year are you in your playthrough, Alec?
In my game?
Yeah.
2260.
Okay, so you just started. Fallout 4, that's the most hyped I've ever been for a video game, was when Fallout 4 came out in 2015. I was so excited for that game because I was such a big Fallout fan at the time. Fallout's my favorite video game series ever. I like Fallout more than I like Skyrim. Fallout New Vegas is my favorite game. But Fallout 4 kind of disappointed me, man. Kind of disappointed me. Oh, my lag. I can't even see me. Oh, that's much better. Yeah, just I like Fallout being an RPG, and Fallout 4 had quite poor RPG elements to me. My apologies. I started playing Fallout 4 for a series, and then I started playing Skyrim at the same time. I couldn't keep both series up at the same time, so I kind of put Fallout 4 on the table. I tabled it while I finished Skyrim. Skyrim's taking a while. I suspect I got about 100 more hours to go in this playthrough.
Good to see Skyrim still has such fine people. You get very good. Pleased enough. I think it only fitting that the Archmage personally receive a large portion of the reward. Well done.
You love your pigs, man.
Ancano is exactly why we're so restricted.
Alright, I have finished, for the most part, the College of Winterhold questline. I have the two I have the Destruction Master quest and the Illusion Master quest, but everything else is done.
I found evidence that that one scientist is still alive and just somewhere out there in the wilderness.
What a god.
This guy is some random scientist that's just living out on some alien planet, being hunted down by sentinels, or weeping angels. And he's left us, or he's left me a couple things, but notably a scanner that might be outfitted with extra information that might help me in my studies of the weeping angels. So now I have the choice. Should I spare extra expenses to send out a team to try to help the scientist? Should I not waste time on deserters? What am I?
Not waste time on deserters sounds good to me.
Or I can not. Or I could instead send my current archaeologist out to get him. Instead of working on and spend time on finding him instead of working on the archaeological site.
Nah, you gotta work on the archaeological site. Who cares
So
if he dies?
then my option is to not waste time on deserters.
Yeah, I agree. I don't.
Out in the wilderness on the run like a beast.
Yeah, you can't waste time on that.
I don't want to spend 100 influence on this, but I have to go help him out. He deserves it.
He's playing a different game called
Missing archaeologist found. Ralpakin has been found unconscious and badly injured, hiding in the underbrush below a natural rock formation, with a bloody datapad tucked under their arm. They was rushed to the hospital and treated for severe brain injury indicative of blunt trauma
sounds good,
by impact from above.
Night, I guess.
You're right, they fell on him. They
So
fell on him. That was the Weeping Angels move. Though their condition is now stable, they still suffers from memory loss. They still suffers,
huh?
For memory loss and has no recollection of how they sustained their wounds. Splinters of the unique metal alloy from which the sentinels are sculpted were lodged in the parietal cranial bone. Ah, yes, that bone. I know that bone. All they remembers is clearly written in a manner that didn't expect there to be they as one of the word options. All they remembers is hiding from someone and subsiding off of what little land they had to offer. However, their notes contain some helpful information. Ralpakin now has the maimed trait. 2 scientists were maimed from this. So I think this is the... Remember when I said there was one place where you're always maimed? This was the quest I was thinking of.
I see.
I've done this quest a couple times before.
I don't know what quest to do now. Should I do guide Meridia's light through the temple?
I mean, that's a quest.
It sucks.
I think you're interested.
It sucks. It's a bad quest.
Not great.
Alright, well, guess I'm doing it. A new hand touches the beacon.
Scientist Ralpakin just died of old age.
The guy you just saved?
Yeah, the guy just saved died of old age.
Yeah, because maimed reduces their lifespan by 40 years, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's so sad.
I told you.
He survived in the wilderness just to die in the hospital before he was able to get his memory back. Oh, that's so sad.
Sounds like an Elda me, kiddo.
I mean, I'm glad I already have his replacement, but still. Even his replacement is maimed too. This whole
That just means
thing.
he's gonna be getting another replacement. It's fine.
Oh, another one of my scientists died. It's just not a great time to be an old person.
How come Masma's not playing with you? Like your playthrough.
I sent him a couple messages before we were talking about how overpowered the science start was, but he never mentioned he wanted to play.
Rip. Yeah.
You want to play?
I gotta play Skyrim. Otherwise, I'll literally never finish this game.
So, Raoul Palkin lives through the information you left us on the scanner.
Guide
it's able to
Meridia's
pierce
light
deeper within the statue's composite material and picks up on a weak radiation emanating from their cores. To investigate further, it'd be necessary to break one of the sentinels open.
Break it open.
I have two options. Level the Xeno monstrosities to the ground, or dismantle the statues and salvage the alloy. I guess I'm xenophobe, so I don't have the option to be more peaceful.
Peace is for losers.
I'll level the monstrosities to the ground.
Rito.
There might be a war. Oh, now that I think in the past I've been able to set up peaceful relations with these guys. I don't think that's going to happen now.
Touches the beacon. Ooh, my lockpick's up to 96.
That's up there.
Yeah. It's huge. I'm never gonna legendary it. It took so long to get it even this high. A new hand touches the beacon.
Wow. Would you look?
I'm currently talking to the precursor.
Yes, but a new hand touches the beacon.
Ah, that's a fair point.
Still, Lyris is like weird to me because it's such a huge game with like so many like possibilities and depth and so much depth and stuff to do. But at the same time, it feels so shallow. Like this is the gameplay loop, you know. It's just pretty basic when it boils down to.
Which is high economy management.
Yeah, it's just like maximize your gemmy boys and stuff. Civ feels more. I don't know if in depth is the right word, but like in depth.
Well, I played this game because I love making my own empire so much. It just makes every part, even though not every part has to do with it, it makes every part of the game so much more fun for me.
So if Civ had like an empire or a Civ creator.
Yeah, that would make the game so much more fun.
Yeah, I agree. I think my favorite part of our first playthrough was making my squad. Honestly, like I didn't have the most fun for a group playthrough. Like for a lot of it, I was thinking I wish I was playing Skyrim, but that is largely because we were going so god dang slow.
Yeah, and also, I mean, you only have a few planets, right?
I do only.
For a
have
long time,
3
you only
planets.
have the one.
Right. Exactly.
That's not the typical experience. By the way, most people only, unless they have specific strategies in mind, they only play with your origin if they want to do a one city challenge or one planet challenge.
I don't know. Like I had fun picking that origin, but I think my main complaint was just how freaking slow we were going.
Yeah.
At some point, we should just play again with the two of us because we both have pretty good internet. We'll be able to churn through the turns.
True. Yeah, like Massimo isn't able to handle a medium world on anything, or he can't even. He can barely handle it on normal.
So Morgan's not our only bottleneck, at least, but he's our only bottleneck at keeping us from going to normal.
On a small world,
right?
And I haven't had any issues when people are in the red. At least not in Massimo's game. And Massimo's in the red on normal. So I think it maybe all our issues are fine and dandy when we just don't do anything when paused.
Yeah.
That might have been the main fix.
But we still, yeah, we've paused, but we haven't done anything while on pause, which is the key.
Mm-hmm. And even with pausing, it's only been for a second. And accidental.
Right. What an annoying quest.
Stellaris. Oh, I was gonna say Stellaris doesn't have fetch quests, but I guess. I mean, sort of does. Like right now, I'm in a quest to fetch 7 species for a zoo across the galaxy.
Don't like the looks of this.
The Defiler is defeated. Take Dawnbreaker from its pedestal.
Oh, I'll do this. Oops.
It is done. The Defiler is defeated. Take Dawnbreaker from its pedestal.
Alright, so this relic that I just found unlocks the ability to turn a planet into a Gaia world.
That's so
and has the
nice.
passive effect of plus 10% growth speed.
That's so good.
And that's pretty good. It's especially amazing if you have the start that you start with.
Right.
Like, this is the precursor you wanted. It's called the Baal.
Skyrim's dead shall remain.
That's what the
at
precursor
rest.
is called.
This
The
is
Beowulf?
as it should be.
Baal.
This
B-A-O-L.
is the
Oh,
However you
yeah,
pronounce that.
you mentioned that actually.
A new day is dawning, and you shall be its herald.
It's like how
Take
the
mighty
Cyrex
Dawnbreaker, and
Warforged
with
used
it
to be
purge
for
corruption
machine
from the
empires.
dark corners of the world. Wield it in my name, that my influence may grow.
I'm up to 133 minor artifacts.
Really? What do you spend it on now?
Well, I just spent 50 on some more precursor information, or to delve into the secrets of the Beowulf. So I'll see what that gives me. Then I can also use 50 to unlock another Elgate Insight. And I can use it on a variety of other things.
May the light of certitude.
Am I an idiot?
I don't want to say anything, but
Oh, I am dumb as hell. That's what I meant.
my
Oh, I
condolences.
gotta go through this dialogue one more time.
Due to the overabundance of happiness spread by the Festival of Worlds, some of the organizers have fallen in love with our worlds and wish to stay there after it ends, settling down and becoming part of our empire.
This is as it should
Let
be.
them stay,
This
and I'll
is
enslave them,
because
or they
of
should
you.
leave.
A
Enslaved.
new day is dawning.
With
and you shall
this happened
be
with
its
Massimo
herald.
in our game, and because his default species right for everyone except for his original species is slavery, they just immediately were enslaved when they stayed. And I don't know why they would want to stay, because they would have seen how much slaves Massimo uses. Like, Massimo's empire is mostly slaves.
Boy, do I love eating people and enslaving them. My favorite thing to do. Yay, I've completed the stupid Meridia quest. Calls for a hard save. A new hand touches the beacon.
New hand touches the beacon.
That's pretty good, actually. I guess I do this Orchendor quest now. I gotta go kill Orchendor. Let's go kill Orchendor.
Do I enslave these people or just purge them?
Your choice, but I would go for, you know, the economic utility of slavery.
I could process them into food.
But, I mean...
It is a sad but inescapable fact that some are destined to simply fuel the ambitions of their betters. That's its description.
That's pretty savage.
Happiness minus 1,000%. I wonder why.
Happiness rate goes to 0. Native American rate drops to 0. Sup boys cough.
No. Like the first frame of the image is the United States government playing Stellaris and about to select the processing or the displacement option for a purge type.
Oh.
And then the second frame is Native American rate goes to 0. Or extermination purge type. Oh, these guys are made out of rocks. If I purge them, they'd give me minerals. Or actually, I don't know what happens if I use processing on them. 'Cause they're not made out of food. They're not made out of biological things.
It's the worst that could happen.
I don't know. My factions get mad and other people get mad that I'm eating people.
Yeah, who cares? It's just a stigma, dude.
True. I mean, what are they gonna do about it? Go to war with me? Yeah. Purge. Allow all types of purge.
Let's
Species.
go.
Track you. Set rights. Purge type. Processing. Yes.
You wouldn't want to be considered racist for only allowing certain types of purge.
Oh, I guess I am getting food from him. Okay. Wait. That was the organizers of the festival. They're getting eaten.
Congratulations.
It's not just that
you played yourself.
They chose to stay here, and now we're eating them. That is the creepiest thing ever.
Episode.
Oh my. They were probably curious why they didn't see why they only saw one species in my territory, and they wanted to change that to introduce our people to new people.
That's not cool, dude.
But
you don't
they
just
didn't know.
introduce people to other people without asking.
Without expecting to get eaten.
Be careful.
Right. Gotta watch your step, man. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they had it coming. Really, they had it coming. They only had themselves to blame.
I can now promote one of my worlds for the galactic market. Is that actually possible? It's actually possible for me to do that, even though I'm working on inwards perfection.
Here we go. Where are you?
I could really go for some Doba.
Can't hide from me.
Same, but there's no Doba by me.
I think the nearest Doba is closer to you than it is to me.
That might be the case, but there's none very close to me.
Yeah. There's not very close. At all. I do miss having the ability to just walk and eat Doba this time of night.
Yeah. Want to just drive to Madison to get Doba from our favorite place?
Yeah, because there's no there's no closer one.
I haven't been to any closer ones in a long time. Did you just get put in your place by your brother? Savage.
Mom said, and Dad said to be quiet.
I will.
Someone. I knew it.
The secrets of the Baal give me terraforming cost minus 15%, and it gives me the technology epigenetic triggers,
More like epigenetic microaggressions.
which unlocked the feature uplift. I can now uplift species. Interesting.
You can be inspirational.
Perhaps.
Epigenetic triggers mark epigenetic microaggressions. Edgy joke laugh.
Okay.
Wow, you weren't a fan of my joke? I consider that triggering. Anton, do you know where I am?
Sure.
I'm not.
Down.
I'm not in Shore's Stone. This is a dwarven ruin.
Nice.
Which dwarven ruin is it?
I'm not sure.
Do you know the name of a single dwarven ruin?
I don't think so.
Come on, you
Just
can name one.
tell him to make up a bunch of noises and he'll probably be right.
Anton, so say the most random configuration of noises your mouth can conjure. Pretty close, to be honest. Did you hear it?
Yeah.
Okay, but like now say the most random, like not mouth noises, like English letters, but the most random like assortment of English letters. No, stop, no numbers, but like say it as a word, like shkamako in that, for example.
Yeah.
Pretty close. It starts with a B. Close.
Ooh, getting closer.
No, farther. Zinka. While that is a funny answer, it is incorrect. You were closest with your first one. That's kind of close. You just read it, right? It was on my screen for a little.
No. Wait, was it Budiandro?
No, it's not Bujindro. The first one you said is still the closest. No.
What did I say first? Bethardum.
Oh yeah, it's Bethardums. There's another one called Avanchenzel. There's Mazolft, Mazinsha left. So that's Bethardum.
Mazolft is the classic one because everyone has to do that.
No, not everyone has to do that.
And then College Winterhold.
College Winterhold, yeah, but not everyone.
Everyone does College Winterhold.
Alfstand. What city is what?
Oh,
this?
that's Dragon Bridge.
Yeah. Literally everyone does Alfstand for the main
Oh
quest.
yeah, to get
The Elder Scrolls.
Mazolft is just what I view as that. You get to Mazolft before Usually, people tend to get the Mazal before Elftand.
I did Elftand before. And I view Elftand as the classic because it connects to Blackreach, and you have to do it for the main quest.
It's not the only place that connects to Blackreach.
No, but it's one of the 4.
Mazalt is just always the one that I go to. You really didn't go to Mazalt first?
No, I went to Elftand first.
Oh.
Huh? I did the Dawnguard DLC before I did College of Winterhold quest line.
I see. You did probably all the DLC, right? Before?
I did do all the DLC before, that's true. Dawnguard was the last DLC I did.
What do you think of the new dimension in Dawnguard?
Soul Cairn?
Yeah.
It's cool. I did that back when we were at Madison.
The Ideal Masters are so mysterious. It's kind of cool how they've kept them so mysterious across all these games, yet they're still an influence, and they're still a major part of the universe. Like, without the Ideal Master, like, every time you enchant, it's the Ideal Masters granting you power.
Sure. I'll pretend I know what you mean.
You're sending a soul to the Soul Cairn. The Ideal Masters are the people who run the Soul Cairn.
Oh.
And whenever you enchant, you're using whatever soul is in the soul gem you have, you're offering it up to the Ideal Masters, and in return, the Ideal Masters grant you power. In the form of your enchantment.
What do they do with the soul in the Soul Cairn?
Exactly.
There's like very few souls in the Soul Cairn.
I know, so what are they using them for? It's so mysterious.
Eating? Food? Consumption?
Maybe. We don't know.
With Artemis is huge, but I one-shot all the enemies with my dagger. So. Not all, I should say. I do not one-shot the dwarven spheres. Ideal map.
Scientist Shabal has died at the age of 40. Shabal!
He's maimed.
You're maiming. Yes. He was maimed. Shabal. I miss Shabal already.
It's Shiboy Shibal.
He would have been the best YouTuber.
Hey guys, it's me, EDP445. I regret to inform you, I do not know where to go from here.
Well, I don't believe you.
I
think you do know.
Dang, dude, I got work tomorrow. Unfortunate. The weekend seems so much shorter now.
I gotta set my alarm for 9:30.
It kind of sucks knowing what day of the week it is. The longest time this summer I did not know. That's how I go through these stairs, I see. Do you get to the Cloud District very often? Well, what am I saying? Of course not. you get to the Cloud District very often?
Oh.
Well, in fact, I do.
Oh my god, dude, with arms. It's just gigantic, man. With arms actually might be one of my favorite dungeons. This is really cool. Even though the quest is super minor, like as far as dungeon layout goes, it's up there. I'll say all the Dwarven ruins are pretty badass.
Did you hear something?
Yeah, but they kind of all really the same, except for specific areas.
Yeah. Well, Bruntian's sick. It's kind of the same thing. Like all the Nordic runes are the same except for Bruntian.
What was that?
The skeletal dragon. So cool.
Like in each Nordic rune, it's almost like 90% of it is exactly the same as 90% of all other runes, but the 10% is actually memorable.
Right. I couldn't imagine how long this dungeon would take if I didn't one-shot everything, though. Like, literally, all the dungeons in the game from here on out are me just sprinting the entire time, essentially. And occasionally slowing down to click on something that's in my way. I don't even loot anymore. It just takes too long for me to loot, and then micro my inventory. Like, I have nothing to loot. I have 537,000 gold. I have like 70 dragon bones and dragon scales. I don't need any of that. I don't need. I only pick up unique stuff. It would be cool to see how much petty gold I've picked up versus how much I've gotten from quests. You want to hear my general stats?
Sure.
Locations discovered 408. Dungeons cleared 125. Days passed 333. I found all the
It hasn't even been an in-game year, and your guy's that powerful.
Yeah. Gold found 1,884,077. Chests looted 1,274. Skill increases 2,729.
2,000.
Yeah. Training sessions 349. Barters 1974. Persuasion 24. Intimidations 10. Diseases contracted 10. Bribes 0. Quests completed 135. Miscellaneous objectives completed 242.
You still don't have the bribery quest? Or achievement?
I did. I got that achievement and then I reloaded because I didn't want to waste the gold.
Really?
Yeah. People killed 969, animals 560, creatures 460, undead 732, Daedra 97, automatons 263, favorite weapons Stalrim dagger, critical strikes 4291, sneak attacks 3080, brawls 1-2, bunnies slaughtered 1.
I've slaughtered many more bunnies.
My favorite, no way, spells learned 84, favorite spell Arniel's Convection. It's just the spell that I used for one quest. Dragon Shouts.
You only have to use that 3 times too, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You've never used another spell more than 3 times?
I have. I've used many more spells. I don't know why it's my favorite one. Favorite School of Destruction. Dragon Cells collected 38. Words of Power learned 51. Words of Power unlocked 49. Shouts learned 23. Shouts unlocked 22. Shouts mastered 11. Time shouted 50. Favorite shout summoned Durnavir. I've used that one 3 times too. I've definitely used Become Ethereal more than that though.
Oh yeah, if you just want to run past people.
Soul Gems used 1, Souls Trapped 24, Magic Items made 121. Weapons improved 62, weapons made 64, armor improved 25. I mean these rusted. Potions mixed 313. Ingredients harvested 2,234. Total lifetime bounty 1040. Largest bounty 1000. Box pick 253. Pockets pick 266. Items pickpocketed 594,404. Items stolen 594,624. So good. I forgot I killed a dragon. Can I unlock a dragon shout? And then also what I should do is how's my favorite spell? Arniel's Convection. Yeah, God, this would take so long if I wasn't reading.
Space piracy? Meet my 7K fleet. That my benefactor gave me.
Reality and other falsehoods. I see. Oh, getting high again. Just have to parry.
Well done, mortal. All things are in their order, and Orchendor roams the pits. His betrayal will be punished, and your obedience is rewarded. And yet, you have done my bidding. Why? I wonder. Go, seek your fate. I will be watching. And perhaps we will meet again afterwards. Did you leave any alive? The afflicted are mere vessels for my blessing. It will spread to others through their touch and my own. Another overseer will replace Orchendor when the time comes. For now, all is cleansed and ordered. Embrace order and hard truth, mortal. Goodbye.
How can I assist?
Well, what quest now? Boethia quest? I'll do Boethia's quest.
We are Lord Boethia's faithful. Have you come? We are forged by Boethia's example. You are nothing. Good. Perhaps the Lord of Plots, Deceiver of Nations, Devourer, Trinity, Queen of Shadows, Goddess of... Many are our Lord's loft. Names mean nothing to our Lord. If you desire a glimpse, first, prove your tongue can wield. Next, instruct your thrall to touch the pillar of sacrifice. Then, girded with certitude, plant. If your will is strong enough, it will stir that remains to be seen. But if it is so, and if Boethia appears, then we will welcome you as one of us.
Do you wish to test yourself against me?
A well-placed word, or a well-placed dagger, both can achieve equal purpose.
What follower should I sacrifice to Boethia?
I just always sacrifice some random thrall or mercenary.
Wait, you're allowed to?
Thrall is in like Thane, like reward for being Thane is what I mean by thrall.
Housecarl?
Not like, what'd you say?
Housecarl?
Yeah.
But I have houses, like they need to be in the houses.
Just go hire a mercenary.
Yeah, I will.
Just get one of the people who follow you if you beat them in a fist fight. Those guys are the most annoying.
Yeah, I'll do that. What about Fendel?
I mean, his name's recognizable at least, you know?
That's true. I do know who he is. Silverblood Inn.
Re-elected Jafab for the 3rd time in a row.
Silverblood Inn. Challenge Kosnak to a fistfight. Travel back to Shrine after asking him to follow you. Speak to him and ask him to send. Okay, I'll do that. I'll do this guy in Markarth. Where's the Hall of the Dead in Markarth? I want to do this. Oh, there it is.
Not many would walk blindly into a crypt, smelling of steel and blood, but not fear. I feel the hunger inside of you, gnawing at you. You see the dead, and your mouth grows wet. Your stomach growls. It's all right. I will not shun you for what you are. Stay. I will tell you everything you have forgotten. You were young when you first tasted human flesh, weren't you? Then the hunger said, "It's okay now. You found a friend who understands you. You can..." A lot of our kind block out the memory of their first... Namira, the Lady of Decay, accepts you for what you are. She has a place for us where we can sate our appetites with... It's inside Reachcliff Cave. But the dead have stirred from their... Meet me there. Until then, tell the people of Markarth that their dead won't be disturbed anymore. We have bigger plans ahead.
Yes! I can now make an Ecumenopolis on my world. I unlocked it in 2267. It's a new record for me.
Congratulations.
Now I just need to actually get the world made now. Which I could have prepared a little bit better. I need to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 city districts. Or 7 city districts. Once those 7 city districts are constructed, then I'll be able to completely encase this world in cities.
All right. I will not shun you for what you are.
I hope that won't be too long.
I will tell you everything you have forgotten.
It'll be a couple years though.
You were young. Then the hunger... It's okay now. A lot of our... Namira, the Lady of... It's inside. Meet me. Until then, tell the people of Markarth that their dead won't be disturbed. We have bigger plans.
Markarth is such a cool city.
Yeah.
You've returned. Divine's here. Take my amulet as a reward. Arcade protect you.
Oh, I secured the tar black.
Hey, watch it.
Aren't I such a legend?
Uh-huh. The tar black heroine? I mean black tar heroine?
I wish. I'm not that much of a legend.
Take care with those things.
The Silverblood Inn has plenty of strong drink and clean rooms.
Unlike my husband Clever,
I'm what you'd call a soldier of fortune. Make me an offer, and I just might fight at your side.
Nothing, you pig-headed oaf.
My father, Klepper, is the one you want to talk to. I just clean up.
Yes? What do you need?
Frobby, my dear loving wife. Oh, it's you. Sorry to hear.
All right, now what civic should I adopt?
No, just checking the
There's
game.
no fighting. You a fighting man? How about a little bet?
No, nothing important.
Check the Arnleaf and Sons, but we don't get any shipments. I'm drunk. 100 septum says I can take you. That's the
Oh,
spirit.
I'm brawling.
Let's go.
Let's go. Brawling on Legendary is the worst.
Have fun. See you in 2 hours.
Luckily, my armor is way better than his, so I'm gonna win.
Do you have the heavy armor perk to make you do more damage?
No. But my armor is, like, actually impregnable, so. He said, one guy said 12 septums on the big one, and I'm taller than him, because I'm looking down at him. So someone believes in me. Let's go. I actually regen health faster than this guy can hurt me. Yeah, this is gonna be a while, dude. Alright, how was your day? This guy's entirely covered in blood.
Right now, I'm trying to decide what third civic I should take. And I'm moving from democratic to oligarchic.
Oh, nice. Gotta love when the rich people control the country.
I no longer need a rush unity, so I don't need democratic as much, so I'm going for the same cheaper edicts, but just each ruler stays for longer, and I don't need to deal with mandates.
Is actually anti-unity, because people vote like different sides against each other, and so like a vote might win 51 or 49, and that'll just cause political destruction.
Well,
but if you have a dictator, everyone has to listen to the dictator, or they're dead. So
Exactly. Well, the thing is, you only get the unity bonus from democratic if your leaders fulfill their mandates.
Yeah.
If they fail, you don't get the unity bonus.
Makes sense.
And then on average, so if your leaders fail, then on average, you're it's worse to have that government. Because the thing about like all the other governments, they like they have I forget the term. So with the democratic government, your leaders come in with a task, and then it's your job to fulfill it, and then you get the bonus. But with the other leaders, other authority types, they just come in with the task, with like a plan, and that gives a flat bonus.
The Joseph Stalin 5-year plan?
Perhaps. Actually, yeah, there are 5-year plans.
Joseph Stalin, baby. I'm at full health, and this guy's not, so I should win. I'm still in the brawl.
I think I'm thinking about something from Civ. That's not hilarious.
This man's gonna have the biggest CT of his life every time he's been punched in the head. Dude, this brawl.
I'll raise your cup to your grave.
I have a ton of bureaucrats. I could make my bureaucrats provide unity and stability. Oh, I guess even... I don't know. No?
So close. they ever try brawling on Legendary?
Everybody pushes me around. Well, no more.
Who knows?
I really wish they would have tried it. This is brutal. It's been like 4 minutes.
Damn you. Wait, I can still fight.
Might just pick up mining guilds.
I'm so happy I saved
My
it.
favorite. Looks like you got someone, all right.
Plane
I'm right behind you.
Everyone here is anxious
I'll head back
to hear
home
the
if you
old
need me.
ballads performed.
What are you doing that for?
Son.
There's no
I
sh.
know
Let's not
thousands
waste
of
any
your
time.
ballads.
My father Klepper
If I
is the one
played
you
all
want
of
to talk
us,
to.
everyone Sicilian would be gray and
That many fewer vampires to worry about. Good work.
Ooh, I'm about to kill my follower. A useless one that I just beat in a brawl that took 5 minutes, but it's a follower.
Deserve death.
Let's get going. Fine. What? What? Will do. Still have something you need?
What happened? A well-placed word or a well-placed dagger, both can achieve equal purpose.
Didn't work, huh?
We've stopped. Fine. What? What? Will do. Still have something you need?
Oh, I have a governor named Shabala now.
Shabala?
It's just like Shabal,
Another corpse for the pile.
Yep.
the legend.
I'm still fine. What? What? Will do.
Ugh. Weary flesh is So distasteful.
Among us.
You have caught my attention, mortal. That is most unwise. Tell me, why have you slain this one who trusted you here upon my shrine?
I'm turning a size 20 tomb world into a Gaia world.
My good pleasure is not some
And it just happens instantly. That is so OP.
I should slay you for such insolence.
Oh, and it spawns in a
I
few
am called
Baal
Boethia.
populations.
A god? Assuredly not. No, we Daedra are farm. Is that so? You should be. We shall soon. Listen! Oh! Hear me. I have need of a warrior. Only the most ruthless, cunning, and agile will do. You have gathered here night after night, sacrificing fools.
Excellent.
upon my
More
shrine,
slaves
and
is one of my
sparring aimlessly with yourselves.
reaction options.
But which among you truly exceeds the rest?
Species.
Prove yourselves
Set rights.
to me.
Oh, wait a second. One of their
I
traits
have a
is
special
delicious.
task for whichever of
Food
you
from
is
livestock
left
+2.
standing.
Ha! You know what I'm gonna make these guys?
Slaves.
Livestock. It's a type of slavery.
Oh, these are actually.
Well done. You have proven the strength of your will. Now the time has come for a final proving. I have little. My servants serve their own, which bring my It is time he is replaced. In the traditional. I am loath to utter his name. One cannot. You will find him holed up at knife point. For a time he served his purpose, but that time has ended. Kill every single member of his band. Do slay him in the. Once his corpse lays cold upon the ground, and all trace of his followers erased, retrieve my ebony mail, a gift fit only for my true champion.
May your will carve itself upon the world.
I have now been I've been researching an archaeological site that was looking into a race of sentient beings that even reached the stage of early writing that lived inside the digestive tract of this giant subterranean being. Their story is pretty interesting. Eventually, when they realized that they were inside this giant being, as their technology got better, they went to war against it from inside it. And apparently, the turmoil in the arthropod's lower gut led to severe peristalsis, resulting, I don't know what peristalsis is, resulting in the entire civilization of tiny city dwellers being regurgitated up to the arthropod's stomach. Subsequently, the entire populace was promptly dissolved by their host's stomach acids. The creature itself perished a millennium later from simple old age. So wow, that entire civilization was just dissolved.
It's depressing.
Gruesome is my only response.
Gruesome.
And that's it. Just gave me a little bit of society research.
I have to teleport to Ceylon because I dismissed him as my follower and I don't know where he went. Oh,
That many fewer vampires to worry about. Good work.
Where is this? Oh, I guess I just gotta wait. Let's see.
Divine smile on you. Lead the way. I've got your back. What do you want me to carry? Lead on.
Arkay's been watching... Oh, well, some things. Hey, bless you, friend. I once killed... Potions, my friend. Potions. Possibly some spells? Maybe some other things I've forgotten about. Actually, I'm not sure. Let's see, shall we? We'll speak again soon.
Let's go. I got Ceylon back. I always forget how, like, Riften and that whole area is up on a huge hill. Like the southeast corner of the map.
Oh, yeah, and then there's this really severe cliff.
It's kind of insane that I explored the literal entire map. I've discovered everything on the map.
Yeah.
Is there something on riding that dragon? There is a giant on that dragon.
Sometimes dragons can pick things up.
That's funny. The other day I had a giant on a dragon. It was hilarious.
I have a GIF that I put on Reddit of a giant being carried by a dragon.
I hate dragons, dude. I hate how they don't aggro sometimes. Like,
yeah.
I hate dragons. I hate them. For a game entirely centralized around dragons. Terrible enemies.
Yeah.
See, like, how did he not aggro on me there?
someone there. I knew it.
I wish I could refight the Ebony Warrior.
You can't through console commands. Just spawn them in.
Yeah, she's dope.
Nothing stopping you.
A sense of morality.
Except that.
Got him.
Now ain't this
Is someone there?
Oh. Dang.
Be careful!
You have done well, my champion. You have earned my respect, a feat few manage and live to tell about.
Hey, watch it!
I shall write your name upon the tablet of absolute darkness. You may keep my ebony mail, a token of my appreciation to my new champion. Its gifts will resonate with your talents. Now go. I have strings to pull that require my full attention. You may pursue your own course wherever it leads you. Remember always this. As you will it, so it shall be.
It's kind of funny. In this game, a pacifist pre-FTL civilization is just as likely to kill itself with a nuclear war as a militarist one. You know how at the end of one of the Rick and Morty seasons, Earth is taken over?
Yeah.
I feel like that happens so... I feel like I'm in that situation so many times when playing Stellaris. Like, Earth is just... I mean, you can actually find Earth as one of the primitive civilizations.
Yeah, and it gets yeeted.
Not necessarily primitive, but pre-FTL. And yeah, like invading it can go just like it did in the show. Hopefully, except for the part where the administration collapses.
Right.
I'll do it for money.
For money.
if you have the gene tailoring technology, you can start covert infiltration in pre-FTL nations, where you make your people look like their people, and they infiltrate the government of the pre-FTL nations, and then it will eventually lead to you annexing the planet.
Huh.
And it will annex it with a temporary happiness boost. Right now, I looked up a lot of information on this right now because I'm currently enlightening a primitive world that is currently in the Renaissance age. Like, that's like the perfect time to enlighten the world, right?
It is right before the Enlightenment.
I love that administrators are considered a ruling position. It just seems weird. Do you think actual space colonization in real life will be like Stellaris?
No, I do not think it'll be anything like Stellaris.
You think it'd be like Stellaris? Or it'd be within the settings that Stellaris allows for?
What do you mean by that?
Like if we suddenly become technologically advanced enough to be considered worth talking to, we'd be introduced to an entire galaxy filled with spacefaring entities.
I do not believe so, no.
You've done it. The shrine is ours again. Now we need to prepare a grand feast to welcome. You will have the honor of bringing a fresh kill for the main course.
Do you think we're alone out there?
Of an easy life.
I do not, but
from
like,
Markarth.
I mean, I don't think.
Give him this gold. Tell him you need Arcade's help exploring an old cavern for treasure.
If there was
stand in
significantly
Amira's
intelligent life
presence, she
somewhere,
will take
like
care of the
there
rest.
would have been some evidence of it by now.
Yeah.
Like, I think the idea that we're too primitive for any extremely advanced civilizations to care about is just ridiculous. Like, if they found other life like us, I mean, they'd still contact us if they had the technology. You know?
Or we have the technology to see if they're doing basic things.
Right. There'd be some sort of evidence.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't think we're alone out there in terms of like there is no life. I guess that's hard to debunk. Like, even like, I think other planets probably have like, I don't know, like the equivalent of deer, you know? It's such a weird thought. I love the, you know, broader implications of astronomy. I think it's super cool.
Yeah.
Like, think about how vast space is. Like, there's gotta be some out there, right?
It would. It's probably likely. There's like 200 people in my summer comp sci class.
You've got that fight. You are looking for My duties keep me busy in Markarth. I don't know if I can help you. Treasure, you say? I suppose the Jarl won't mind if I'm gone for a little while. Lead on.
Oh, I'm doing this quest. I'm doing this quest.
Oh, I don't like that quest.
You know exactly which one I'm talking about, don't you?
I have no clue.
The Hall of the Dead Markarth one?
Oh, that one. Cannibal one?
No, not cannibal.
Oh. Okay. I did more research into the Sentinels, or the Weeping Angels.
Mm-hmm.
The Sentinels have awoken. The engineering teams were just preparing to smash, bash, and mash the Sentinels down when a gentle shiver passed through the statues, and they sprung to life, bodies humming and skin glowing. Radiation pulsating from their cores has made them malleable and transparent, revealing a digital grid of nodes. With an unearthly screech of tortured metal, they charged at the archaeologists, overrunning the camp. Now they are flying towards the nearest settlement. Their departure has revealed a round slate in the ground, previously hidden under the base of one sentinel. One response: kill the automatons.
I'm just glad we had this.
Who are you? What's going on?
Okay, what is the army size?
You're my friend.
Yes, I'm your friend.
An army size, their army power is 2,350.
Weaklings.
My defense force is power 66.
Oh, it's not Navy, it's Army. F.
Yeah, this is Army. All right, that is.
Headed to dinner.
I'm gonna lose the planet. This is the planet that I was just about to. Oh no, it wasn't. This is my second planet I got, or the first planet the first colony, and I'm gonna lose it. Hopefully, just temporarily, but
they're weeping angels. How do they just go against their
take
code?
over an entire.
I'm saying, how do they go against their code and like spring to life like that? They're supposed to only do stuff when they're not being looked at.
It's because I think they're defending the thing that was revealed. That's their main directive. So when my guys were about to smash them up, that's what happened. All right, so what is 2,400 divided by 25?
He looks so
I need to make 96 armies.
2,400 divided by 25? Yeah, that's 96 indeed.
This is gonna be the biggest war there's ever been.
There's a tiger on the loose near Oakland Zoo.
Well, there's some weeping angels on the loose too. I don't even have the minerals to make this a big enough army yet. Oh, this is... Okay. It just took like 2 days for them to win the invasion. What's gonna happen to my population now? Scum and villainy, okay.
Wretched hive of scum and villainy?
It jumped up to 100% crime with 15% stability. It got a criminal underworld. Oh, none of my pops can work jobs. They're being purged. They were turned into undesirables. My people are being purged right now on the planet. They're just purging everyone. That's insane. I had 43 pops here. This is insane. Man, I so wish I was allowed to take the peaceful option. This is terrible. Yeah, now they have a defensive garrison of 2,351. What am I gonna do? I guess I'm just completely losing this planet then.
That's such an L.
I'm losing 102 consumer goods per month right now. Oh my, all the jobs they were working. That was my main consumer goods location. No. This is terrible. Like, this is crashing my economy so much. This was my second best planet, and I'm losing it.
How many total do you have?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. But most of them aren't very worked as much as these ones. Oh my. And I can't build any buildings because I'm spending all my resources on armies. I don't know. Should I give up on the planet and just try to make consumer goods buildings? But how do I
Mortal. I am
Man, I wish
the Lady of Decay. Your
I'm
consumption
gonna play this
of
game another
blood
time.
and bile of Arcade's own is
I can't
pleasing
believe
to me.
this though. Like there's no
I give you my ring. Wear it, and when you feast on the flesh of the dead, I will grant you my
purge rate jumps to 100%.
Wallow in your wretchedness, my newest champion. I knew when you walked into the Hall of the Dead that you were special. I knew when you... And here you are, champion of Namira. Keep... There. Feel free to stay and mingle with your new coven, if you...
Alright, I'll be back.
Namira, what? No. I'm honored to be leading the latest generation of Namira's faithful.
It's an honor, Keeper of the Ring.
You were given Namira's ring? You buy a war dog from me? There's a reason why my hounds are so eager to bite into people.
The bloodiest beef in the Reach.
I'm so glad they all like... One of my customers? Did you know I inherited the store from my
Praise to you,
husband?
champion.
Shame what happened to him. He had such good taste.
Long life to you, Thane.
Hello.
Hey.
It appears as though I have some financial aid offers from the university.
loans.
I know. That's what I need right now. Pretty desperately. Because I don't know when my summer bill is due. It's coming up, I know that.
You've got that fire under control, right?
Wait. Look at what I will send. A lot of the, forgot the word for him, but the period and the colon are replaced with question marks on my letter of admissions.
The University of Wisconsin, Madison. Seek out talented individuals like you.
Like you're not sure. You're not sure if it's if I actually talented.
Wisconsin.
They're questioning my talent.
That's really funny.
That's almost insulting. Like you? Like, are you talented? We're not sure. We're kind of iffy on that whole thing. All right. Placement exam information. New. I don't know why this is all considered new. I probably took my placement tests. I hope I took my placement tests.
You definitely did.
I've got your back. What do you want me to carry? Let's get going then. Oh.
A visitor. Old Roldan.
What are you doing that? I wish I could play with.
Friend.
Watch your tongue, stranger.
You'll be looking to rent
back talk
That's
in
right.
this inn.
Septim, and this inn has the very bed the great general slept in on his
Alright,
first
then.
night as old Ralden's liberator, as good as it was hundreds of years ago. Until next time.
Mama?
Wait, I don't understand what I'm looking at.
He's off fighting the war, dear, for the Stormcloaks.
There, it says in the estimated financial aid offer, it says total amount of loans 7,422, cost of attendance minus loans 24,000 something. Wait, why would it? If it calculates the total cost of attendance at 32,000 for just this year coming up.
Old Roldan is the stone at the end. Here, take a look at this.
Also, that's a lot
Some
of money.
Jarl's men came by and left this bounty
For 1
here.
year, is it really going to be 32,000?
I don't know, dude.
Did you clean the linens yet?
Why would it only give me a loan option of 7.4K?
Hey, watch it.
Where does it think I'm going to get 24K from?
If you drink
Old
too much,
Roldan.
you're
Have a good
you're
rest.
drunk.
It's the big room with the... I'll show you to your room. Right this way. Good day. Let me know if there's anything else you need.
I'll be back.
Shelty, is that you? And give me your sword, Shelty. I long to taste battle again. You don't remember me, Shelty? It's been an... Remember our lessons from the sword masters of Alcair? Let me show you a few things you may have forgotten before we leave Roldan.
gonna stop. We are now 123 hours in.